In this video, today Alright, cut that. I'm not gonna do those weird, cringy intros. Let's just get straight into the video. How do you get ahead of 99% of teenagers? Well, it's simple. Work harder than 99% of teenagers. That's it. Before you leave saying, no, that's stupid, I'll explain in this longer video what you have to do in order to get ahead of 99% of your peers. Once you learn how to do this, I promise you that your success and productivity will skyrocket. First, let's picture an average teenager's day. Go on to care of the males, because that's like 95% of my viewer base. So if you're one, just think about like an average teenage girl's day. So first, you stay up way too late. You go to bed 12, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. Then you wake up tired, because obviously you're waking up from 4 hours of sleep, if you're lucky. And then you cut it close to the bus. Wait till the last minute to leave. You get there just as your bus gets there, maybe a minute before it gets there. It's close. While you're in class, you switch between periods of joking around, then paying attention, then joking around some more, not really fully understanding what the teacher's saying. During your free periods, you just mess around on your phone, playing video games, scrolling through Instagram, watching YouTube videos. You know the deal. When school's over, you mess around on your phone on the bus. Then, once you get home, you say hi to whoever's there. Then you go and play some video games, or maybe some homework. Then you eat dinner with your family, and then, you go play some more video games. And hey, maybe some days you're ultra productive, and you work after school. Now, do you think this is really going to lead to success? Maybe you don't fit this entire description, but maybe some of these things you do fit. Do you really think that's gonna fit a 1% teenager? No. So then how do you turn your schedule into that of someone who's in the top 1% of teenagers? Number one, you've got to stop messing around on your phone. Instead of just playing on your phone during study hall, or just mindlessly looking through tabs, not really doing anything, take advantage of this time and do some work. Either if you have a lot of homework, get ahead on your homework. And if you have no homework to do, work on something productive. Like, as an example, as a YouTuber, there's two things I would do. I would either, one, look up video ideas, try to figure out what my next video is going to be, or two, start writing a script for an upcoming video. That's just the basic advice. Check out my video on how to make a business in high school to get more information on what to do. And this also includes your bus ride. I know what you might be saying that, man, it's just the end of the day, I'm just done with everything, I just want to chill out. Sorry, but I mean, why wouldn't you do some work in the bus? I mean, you can just get out your laptop, turn your hotspot on, connect to your laptop, and start doing some work. The second thing you gotta do is you gotta remove a lot of that video game time. As I was scripting this video, I felt like it was an accumulation of my entire channel, because I've also made a video on why you should quit video games, which is science-based. And the reason you gotta quit video games is two simple reasons, which of course I explain more in the other video. But one is that you gotta use that time in order to work, because you're spending 4-5 hours a day playing video games, and your competition spending that time working. And second, if you actually think about it and you just take a break from video games, it's not actually that fun. It's just something you do to fill up your time because you don't know what else to do. Really, if you stop playing video games, you realize you're not really losing that much in life. As someone who's really stopped playing video games for the past 9 months, once in a while I'll get a feeling, I want to play that video game. And I'm like, whatever. And then there was one time that I gave into this feeling and I played a video game. I was like, no, this is kind of boring. And then I left. Didn't think about it for a couple months. Today I'm getting that feeling again. But from that experience, I know I don't really want to play that video game. Of course, you don't gotta be extreme like me and just stop playing video games altogether. You just playing 1 hour of video games a day is so much better than what I'm guessing you're doing already. Because again, think about what your competition's doing. There's one thing I want you to take away from this video is think about what your competition is doing, and you have to be like them or be better than them. Number 3 is that you gotta treasure your sleep a lot more. Sleep may feel like a waste of time, and I'm definitely thinking about once I get past the age of 20, lowering my hours of sleep. But sleep is so important for teenagers. Reasons: sleep helps height growth for all of you short kings out there. I made a video about this. Sleep is one of the main things that you can do to improve your height. Your focus for the day. It's almost like you take in 200 milligrams of caffeine when you get a good night of sleep. Proper hormone production, getting that testosterone and whatnot. Proper cognitive function, making you think as clearly as possible. And any single health factor you can think of. And you really just need to take a switch of thinking about sleep. It may not be a waste of time. Instead, if you think about it as a time to just relax and let your mind just stop thinking for a minute and give it a break, it's so much better. Would you expect your muscles to recover if you were just working them all day long? No. That's gonna lead to detriments, not positives. And for a teenager, you should get around 9 hours of sleep a day. And really, I think this is really difficult because in actuality, it means you have to be in bed for around 10 hours because most people are awake for at least an hour while they're in bed. And say you have to wake up at 6, that means you have to be in bed by 8 o'clock, being ready to sleep right then and there, and wake up 6. I think it's much more feasible to aim for 8, and that means you should be in bed by 9, and then waking up at 6. That's what I personally do. I take a shower at 8:30, do all my hygiene, turn my fan, and then at 8:55, I'm in bed, getting ready to doze off, and usually I'm asleep by 9, but other people have different experiences with sleep. I'm just one of the luckier ones. Next, you gotta optimize your morning. When I talk to teenagers about their morning, it's really just saddening. If you want to have a productive day, you need to have a productive morning, which means you need to have a morning schedule. During your morning, before you get on the bus, you're gonna wanna find some time for a couple of things. First is time to wash your face or maybe take a shower. Make yourself a lunch because the lunch at schools are just not very good for your health, and you will be saving yourself so much time in the future by just eating the food at home, by eating foods from your home. Maybe style yourself, get your hair ready, and then get coffee and water because the water at school especially is just horrible, and the coffee gives you that boost that really helps you out. Do some stretches in the morning too to get your body ready and everything. And then once you have that productive morning, you feel really good about yourself and ready to tackle the day. Some of you may be saying, Dylan, you're asking me to remove all the fun from my life. Well, I hope that's not true. But yes, I'm telling you to remove a lot of fun from your life. Let me be very clear, you still need to make time for your friends, because that will keep you sane and not hate life. You've gotta make time for your family. You gotta make time for religion. All the important foundations of life. But think about it this way. Say me and you are both trying to make YouTube channels of similar niches. You come home after the gym, hopefully, and then play 2 hours of video games. I come home after the gym and get straight to work. If we do this for a week, I've put 10 hours more of work in than you have, just including school days. On a month scale, that means I put 40 hours more of work than you in just school days. And on a year scale, I put 480 hours more of work than you, just including school days. That's 20 days worth of work over a year's span. That's like if I worked during February and you didn't work at all during February. It's important if you want to be successful and be better than the 99% that you work a lot. I'm not saying this from a place of superiority. I've made a lot of stupid mistakes and still making stupid mistakes. Remember when I said that I choose not to play video games because I know that it's just gonna be boring and a waste of my time?
And then there was one time I gave it this feeling. I played a video game and was like, no, this is kind of boring. And then I left. Didn't think about it for a couple months. Today I'm getting that feeling again. But from that experience, I know I don't really want to play a video game.
Well, these past 2 days before I started editing this video, I actually spent like 5-6 hours playing video games. And then guess what? I learned that it was boring. So I'm not saying that I'm better than you in any way. I make some stupid mistakes just like everyone else. There's been many weeks where I've barely worked on my YouTube channel at all. The reason that this video is coming out late and not a weekly upload like I usually do is because I was waiting for a camera to make some idea for a video instead of recording the ones that I could just do in my room. I just used that as an excuse to just do nothing. And I was playing the game Brawl Stars in school instead of scripting videos. And if you're still unsure about following me and trying to be better than 99%, let me ask you a question. What is your goal? If you just want to be a little more productive in school, get better grades, have more time at home, you don't have to remove a huge portion of your video games from your day or work on your bus ride home. But if you're actually serious about getting ahead of 99% of teenagers, the title of the video that you clicked on, these are the sacrifices you need to make. All this is very useful, but how do you actually make a business in high school? Well, like I was talking about earlier, check out my video on how to make a business in high school, where I go in great depths on all the tips and tricks you can use to work while you're still going to school. And after you subscribe, don't forget to put in the work, put in the hour, and think better. See you in the next video over here.